Hey everybody, it's Tater. Excuse me. And welcome to another video. I have some friends with me here today. This is Trinity, and this is Bubbles / Brandon. She's kind of being Brandon right now. And today we are going to talk to you about our reaction to Catching Fire. Catching Fire. So, this is a different setting from my normal videos because we're in Bubbles' room because we crashed at our house last night after going to see the movie, and we went to go see the 50th anniversary of Doctor Who at a friend's house, and so there was lots of feelings and crying.
So many.
It was definitely a night for crying on all aspects. So, I'm coming to you in my pajamas, you just can't tell. So, let us get started with our reactions to the movie. Bubbles has not read the book. Trinity and I have.
Been to compare notes.
Comparing notes, yes. So, Trinity, what did you think of the movie?
I thought it was absolutely amazing. I was like on the edge of my seat, either crying or whatever the whole time.
Yeah. Bubbles, what did you think of the movie?
I think the movie was fairly fantastic.
Right.
I think my only concern with it is, as far as Katniss's character goes, in the last movie we got to see her tough side. You know, like, she's a pretty badass female main character, and in this one we saw a lot more crying, which I think is pretty cool, but on the other hand, it's very different going from that really strong female character to seeing her where she's breaking down, basically. Right. So,
but
how did that work in the book? Because
as far as my reaction to reading Catching Fire was, you know, there's going to be some spoilers in this video, by the way, so I'll make sure that goes in the title. As far as I thought, in the book, like Trinity and I were talking about yesterday, we see a lot of Katniss's inner monologue, even though the book is written in third person, and I love the flip from she's badass, she's doing what she has to do for her family and for herself to stay alive, to holy shit, my entire world is falling apart. Which is why I really enjoyed The Catching Fire as a book, and it was so stressful reading it, because I marathoned Catching Fire and Hunger Games. I marathoned them, and I don't know, I just loved seeing that flip, because I love Katniss as a character, because she's a much stronger young adult heroine than one of my last young adult experiences in series, which was Twilight. And Bella Swan is not exactly the strongest female hero. So I did enjoy seeing the emotional side of Katniss. I don't know.
The difference I saw between the movie and the book, though, is the fact that you can understand what's going on in her mind in the book, and in the actual movie itself, if you haven't read the book, it's a little bit more confusing. Right. And it's more emotional when you read the book because you actually understand a little bit more what's going on.
Right.
So that's the problem with all movie adaptations.
Yeah.
When you have the inner monologues, you can't really get all the information that you need. So yeah, I'm definitely going to read the book.
Characters. Shall we talk about characters? Newly introduced characters. Who is your newly introduced character?
Oh God. Just all of the, all of them.
All of the attributes are really, really kick-ass. Like, oh my God, the Victors are freaking incredible.
They're all amazing. So beautiful. Let's talk about, oh my gosh, my favorite was, how do you pronounce her name? She was, the one from the same district as Finnick.
Oh, Mags.
Mags, yeah. My favorite.
She was great.
I wanted to cry. When I wanted to cry when that happened, because I related her so much to, like, every single, like, elderly woman that I knew.
Right.
Because they're all just very nice and kind, and she's so nice, and I just, it's also, I love the symbolism there.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah. Like, anyways, your favorite new characters or remaining characters
I've always had trouble with this one, because when I read the book and saw the movie, my favorite were, like, Finnick, and I, of course, love Peeta and Katniss. Right. And I love Wyrus and Meaty, because they add so much to the story. And then, I'm sorry for butchering her name, I'm bad with names and second names, Joanna, yeah?
Yep.
Joanna. Oh my god. Okay, so the thing is for me about Joanna, in the book, I saw her more as more bitchy, and I kind of didn't like her as much, but in the movie, I loved her. I loved her so hardcore.
Yeah. Yeah. And the actress that they cast for Joanna, I thought was spot on. Because we were also talking about this. You've seen Donnie Darko, right?
More or less.
Okay. She played Gretchen.
Oh, she's
so
great.
she played Donnie's love interest, and I've known that actress for a really long time, and I think Joanna was my favorite Victor.
Yes.
Besides Finnick, because everybody just like melts because Finnick is Finnick, but Joanna was my favorite just because she was the only Victor that was coming back into the Quarter Quell that was pissed off.
Yeah.
That wasn't afraid to be like, you know what, fuck this, fuck the Capitol.
Every book needs that person.
Exactly.
Major props for just the whole idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Suzanne Collins is a genius.
Oh, wow, that was,
positively fantastic. I mean, like, every single piece of the pie just attacks, like, another part of
your psyche.
Your psyche, yeah.
I
mean, imagine going through, like, I think it's one of the lower ones on my list, but still, like, I mean, rain blood. Blood rain.
Right? Like, what?
Jesus. Dear God.
And imagine, like, what if it's someone else's blood that's raining onto you?
And not just, like, fake blood that smells like,
what if it's someone's real blood, like some of the dead tributes? But in itself, Catching Fire was caught my interest a little bit more because the arena itself was more thought out, like each of the clock pieces and stuff.
Catching Fire, like I said earlier, the different side of Katniss. The different, not even like the arena part, because the whole what President Snow did with putting the victors in the Hunger Games again. Like the whole subplot to what's going on and the rebellion, and you see what Katniss and Peeta had to go through during the Victors tour. That hit me really, really hard, because I could only imagine watching kids from my town get slaughtered and then having the people who didn't get slaughtered dangled in front of my face. Just the whole subplot besides what was going on in the games interested me about Catching Fire a lot.
And there was in Hunger Games itself, there was killing in the games, but in Catching Fire, there was killing outside of the games as well, like when the old man and when he just I cried so hard.
I did too. I cried when I was reading the book. I could not stop crying. What it was for me in the movie is when Peeta put the cards down and he started talking about Thresh and Rue, and you saw Thresh's remaining family, and then you saw Rue's mom and her little sisters and her little brother, and they all look so much alike, and it's like Rue and Thresh's pictures, and I started crying because Katniss would have said the exact same thing. And I'm just sitting there like, Peeta didn't know either of them, but when he was talking about how her and Peeta wouldn't be there if it weren't for Rue, that is 100% true, and it hit me hard, and that's when I started tearing up for the first time in that movie. That's really, really when it started. So, I don't know.
I think
there is no happy.
There is no happy.
There's one happy. No, I think that Katniss's dress in the second movie when she spun and turned into the
Mockingjay. Oh, that was gorgeous.
That was
gorgeous.
Oh, and I just thought about Cinna.
Don't think about Cinna.
We don't talk about
Cinna.
We don't talk
about Cinna. Please don't. He was so perfect, and then they tore him from her hands, and that was awful.
That was a hard blow to my heart.
That was honestly the scene that I was most worried about, because Cinna was the only capital person really that Katniss had a connection with. And, that was her last tie to sanity, and President Snow rips that from her the second before she had to go back into the games after she had just gotten out, and I
really wish that I hadn't seen it coming, but I was like, how are they gonna, they need to break her before she goes into these games.
Right.
You know?
Right.
For everything to plan out the way they want it to. And I was like, how are they going to do that? And then I saw Cinna and I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
One thing
oh, no.
One thing I like for the book compared to the movie is after Cinna got beat up and how she is in the elevator, like, calling out to him. In both in the book, you say you can see her thoughts. Mm-hmm. And you can see her slowly realizing, I need to really get into this. I need to rebel.
Right.
And in the movie, you could see her face change. Mm-hmm. You could see her get into the game, and I thought that was good.
No, that was kick-ass acting on Jennifer Lawrence.
That was definitely kick-ass acting.
Overall reaction of the movie.
Utterly fantastic. I loved it.
Okay. Overall reaction of the movie.
It was I can't even, no words. I loved it. It was great.
Okay, and for me, that was like the best movie I've seen in a very long time, because it had me on the edge of the seat and it followed the book very well.
Yeah.
So
I personally enjoyed my boyfriend freaking out.
That was hilarious. Okay. Whew. That was a really, really long rant, and I'm gonna have to cut out a lot of this, but that is our reaction to Catching Fire. This is Bubbles, and this is Trinity, and if you want to see more of them in future videos, let me know down in our pants.
Yes.
Pants. Which I'm not wearing any right now. That's okay.
I'm wearing shorts and tights, so...
Be seduced by the eyebrows.
Oh, okay. But, I don't... Okay. We're gonna go. We got stuff to do, so...
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.
Bye.